In today's video, you're going to be getting the last week of Tarot Readathon reading vlog in which I read a couple more books. I read One Yellow Eye, read Boys in the Valley, 5, The Bitter Twins. This is the last vlog for Tarot Readathon, and I hope you enjoy it. If you like, and consider subscribing if you do. Without further ado, here's the vlog.
This is Hannah. She's here with us until Tuesday. So we have two snorters.
Still got my glasses on today. Decided to take a day off of contacts. I picked up some holds at the library. I picked up Unworld by Jason Green. This, I think it's about a woman or a friend who has a friend who commits suicide, but then there's like an AI component, I think. Let me see. 4 interconnected souls grapple with an inexplicable tragedy in Stephen Green's propulsive, prophetic, and richly emotional debut novel. Anna is shattered by the violent death of her son, Alex, and tormented by a question of whether it was an accident or a suicide. In Unworld, Jason Green envisions a grim but eerily familiar near future where all lines between visceral and digital, human and machine, real and unreal, have blurred. Where does love reside except memory? What happens to the soul when it is splintered by grief? What does it mean to be conscious, to be human, to be alive? So I thought this sounded interesting. Give it a shot. And I've had this one on hold forever. This was the new Rainbow Rowell Cherry Baby, which I really loved slow dance. So I'll try this one out and see how I feel. It's Thursday and I have an update for you on The Bitter Twins. I have about 180 pages left in here still, so I still have quite a ways to go. I was hoping to finish this last weekend, and it's Thursday now, so that hasn't happened. But it is a big one. It's a 600 pager, so it is what it is. But at least there's wings on the cover, so that will be for Kayla's from Books and Lala's Buzzword Cover Challenge, so that's good anyway. This is also for continuing a series I've already started for the Tarot Readathon. I'm still really liking this. I've just been reading other things too. We are definitely discovering some new things and also getting more questions that we are asking and wanting answers to. And I can't really talk about it because it's a second in a series, but I am really liking it. There are some new characters in here. Celophon being one of them, if you've read this. And it just, my heart breaks for him. What he is going through and what he's been through and his changes and all that. Of course, that makes no sense if you haven't read this, but yeah, I'm really liking this. It's just like, yeah, there are some typical fantasy tropes in here, but at the same time, I feel like it's very different. And if you like creatures and dragons and things, not so much in the first one, but in this one, we're getting a lot more of them. And I'm really liking that. They have their own voices and speech and things, so we are getting, the dragons are talking to their people that they bond into and etc. And yeah, I'm really liking this. High fantasy, some romance incorporated, but very little. It is definitely like more, it's all fantasy pretty much. And I'm really liking the continued world building in here. We get so much in the first one. We're getting more information about the Zhurli, which are the enemies and the bad guys in here. They're very interesting and also very scary and creepy and infiltrating my dreams a little bit too, so that's fun. So my plan today is, I am exhausted. I don't know why. It was my daughter's birthday yesterday and my neck and back have been killing me. I need to call the chiropractor again. So I'm in pain in the mornings when I wake up, so I'm going to try to get out for a run today. It doesn't seem to aggravate it. It's not ideal. So I can run and maybe that'll loosen some things up. I did about 15 minutes of stretching just now to try to loosen everything up. It does seem to loosen up throughout the day, but yeah, my like shoulder and neck are killing me for some reason. Yeah, it was my daughter's 12th birthday yesterday, so we celebrated that, so I didn't have too much time to read. I did, however, excuse me, I finished The Correspondent and I ended up giving it 3 stars. It's not really my cup of tea. I did enjoy it, but it isn't really something that 3.5 maybe. But it isn't really something that's gonna stick with me really. I am not the most sentimental person when it comes to the books that I choose. Things like that one, some of the lower plot things, like A Man Called Ove and stuff. Like, I like those books. I find them charming and refreshing at sometimes, but they're not something for me that generally will get a 5 star. But I did enjoy it. That's not going to be something that I pick up a copy of or tell everybody to run out and read. Enough people have been told that. I do like that it's told all in letter format. I think that was interesting, and it made it very readable. It's like short chapters where you do want to continue reading even if it's not the most exciting thing ever to read. So there is that. I am obviously still in my pajamas. I feel like half the time in these clips you see me in my pajamas before I get dressed and do anything with myself, because that's when the kids are sleeping. So I guess you're just gonna have to get used to that over the summer anyways. This will probably be what you get. So that is that. I'm also gonna be starting, or I started just the first few pages of Carry On Crow. Oh my gosh, I can't stop yawning. Which is an arc I have. It's a horror arc. Queer, I believe, and I hear it's very gruesome and grotesque. So we'll see how that one goes. It's shorter, it's under 300 pages. Number 1 goal for today, other than to do whatever I need to do around here, I need to vacuum. Being number 1. Briar is blowing her coat even though she just went to the groomers. I've been sweeping and trying to like pick up hair every single day, and it's everywhere and disgusting. So today goal is to finish this, hopefully, and clean, and maybe spend some time outside. I think it's supposed to be nice, and I also am gonna get ready to go run. Hannah's joining me. Say hi. Say my name is Hannah, Hannah Banana, and I am here for the weekend, and a few more days after that.
Was that even for? Was you playing your games? Was you really bored? No, I really should've known. They were dynamite till we hit a red light. Did I see the signs? Hello
from the kitchen. I thought I would show you that I actually made an effort with myself, since you probably won't see that very often this summer. I got an appointment for the chiropractor for today, so that is excellent, because usually I would be lucky to get in by mid next week. So I'm very happy. So I'm gonna go do that in a little bit, but right now I cleaned the bathrooms, I started some laundry. I would like to vacuum, but I have a Hannah pug here, and the fawn pug that we are watching hates the vacuum. So I'm gonna put her outside, see if I can do a quick vacuum down here, because she hates it, and I forgot that, and I should have done it before she got here. But we have a party for my newly 12-year-old on Saturday, and so I would at least like to get the rugs vacuumed. As I said, our big girl is blowing her coat, our lab, so it's just awful everywhere. It's awful. Hair everywhere. I am 1 hour away from finishing the Ninth Reign, the Bitter Twins, the sequel to the Ninth Reign, and I am loving that so much. It is gonna be a new favorite fantasy series for sure, if this is how I'm feeling about book number 2. There's one more left after this one, the Poison Song, I think, Poison something, and I'm definitely looking forward to getting to that one. I'm just loving this. It's more unraveling of the world and what's going on, and it just reminds me of just great fantasy, but also with like new spins that I haven't read a lot of, and I'm really enjoying it. There's sort of 3 main offshoots of the story here. Our main characters from the first book are, well, not completely separated, 2 of them together, 1 isn't, but there's like 3 main locations that this is all going on at in this one, and all 3 of them interesting, and I'm curious to see what happens and how this wraps up and how things are looking before I go into the 3rd one. I don't know when I'll get to the 3rd one, probably this summer at some point, I am guessing. I want to finish up Gideon. I have 1 left of that. I know there's more books coming out, but I'm just gonna consider it a trilogy at the moment. Maybe I'll continue, maybe I won't, I'm not sure. But anyways, I need to vacuum. I need to figure out what to do with Hannah. She's not going to be happy with me, but she'll live. Okay, this pug is driving me a little. I thought I put in a new battery. Anyways, this pug is driving me crazy, but also is adorable. So if you see her shaking her toy around, that's what that is. Give me that. This one. She's got the raccoon. Go get it. Oh, that wasn't a good throw. Anyways, I wanted to update you that I finished The Better Twins, and I gave it 5 stars. I love this so much. I think it's so good. There is something that happens towards the end of this that made me very, very sad. I didn't cry or anything, but I was definitely sad, but I thought it was done well, and I do think that could you not? And I understand why it was necessary, although it was still pretty sad. But anyways, really, really like this. Gonna give it 5 stars. I think this is a fantastic fantasy series. I think more people need to be reading it. It's not the most available thing in the world. There was 1 and 2 I could get through my library system, but 3 I can't get anywhere, so I'm gonna have to either do that purely on audio or on Kindle. I got the first 2 on my Kindle for 99 cents, but I don't know. The one after that's like $6. So I don't know if I will go with that one or not. I may just do it on audio. But I would like to own all these. I do have the first one that I got used, so I might search them out and see if I can find them on Pango. I don't know, but I did really, really like this, and I just love, what's his name? Aldasair and Byrne, I think, is the gay couple in here, and it's just, I love it. I love those 2 so much. They're just so adorable. And Aldasair being alone all of his life and not having the Aborans to fall in love with, and just finding love in unexpected places. It's very, very minor. Very, very minor plot in here. But just, I really, really enjoyed this a whole lot. And I'm looking forward to finishing off the trilogy with Poison Song. I started Boys in the Valley for no prompt. Although I'm sure this could be counted for a thrilling book, because it is horror. And I also want to read before the end of the month, which is coming to a close rather rapidly, 5 for Literally Dead Book Club, which the live show is coming up soon, but it is pretty short, so maybe I could finish it, but I don't know. And then 1 Yellow Eye for Allie from Allie Do Is Read, her book club, but I haven't gotten to them yet. This one I don't think would be thrilling. It's a zombie book, but it's a grief horror, so I don't know. Anyways, this one is definitely considered, no, this one's definitely considered a thriller, so I could do this one for that team. That's our team prompt. I'm just talking before I even telling you, but I think I'm going to pull a few cards. There's only so many days in the month left, so these might be my last 2 cards, but we shall see. I have 1 card outstanding now, which I am reading Carry On Crow for. We could do 1 more, 2 more. Even 3 more, because what's the worst that happens? I don't get them done. I don't get them done. It's the end of the readathon. All right. Let's pick one. I got the 10 of Cups. Read a book featuring found family, belonging, or strong community. Boys in the Valley might work for that, because I do know that that is based in a orphanage, so there's definitely some found family in that already, and I just started it, so maybe we'll do Boys in the Valley for that one, and then let's do a couple more, maybe 1 more. This is the 7 of Wands. Is that what that is? Wands? Read a book that features a character who is facing a daunting challenge or adversity. Oh yeah, so this one would definitely work for that, because she is keeping her zombie husband alive, trying to find a cure. And 5 will definitely work for our team prompt, but let's do 1 more since this is the last week. If this just comes up with something out of left field, then I just won't do it. I won't have time anyway. This is the 9 of Cups, 4 cups. Read a 5-star prediction. I don't know if I'll be able to get to that, but we shall see. I don't have anything, like, I don't think 5 is going to be a 5-star prediction. 1 Yellow Eye could be, but I already have something for that. So yeah, we'll just leave it at that for now. I don't think I'll end up reading a 5-star prediction, but you never know. I'm trying to think if I have anything that I need to read soon. I mean, I guess, but this is a long one, so I don't think I'll get The Devil in Silver. I've given Victor Lavelle 5 stars before. I gave The Ballad of Black Time, I think 4.5 or 5 stars. I really liked that one, but this is a lot longer. that I just have a feeling I'm gonna really like most of his work. So maybe this one, if I decide to do that. Maybe Daughter of the Forest, which I've heard really good things about, but this is a fantasy and I just read that super long fantasy, and I've read a few long ones this week. So we'll see how I feel about it. Anyways, those are the cards. Those are probably my final cards for Tarot Readathon that I am going to pick now. I'm going to finish making dinner for the fam. I think we're just gonna have spaghetti tonight because we had burgers yesterday, and the day before that we had chicken. The day before that we had chicken. So I think we're just gonna have pasta tonight. Anyways, I will let you know when I have something to say about the books I'm reading, because right now I just started Boys in the Valley and I don't have anything to say about it yet. I'm on sprints with Deja. I'm working on starting to read Carrion Crow by Heather Perry, and this is a short horror arc that I'm reading for my Ready Set Net vlog, so I won't be hearing too much about it, but it is a gothic queer horror about a woman who is locked in an attic by her mother, prepare her for her upcoming marriage. So yes, very bleak so far, and yeah, I'm on sprints with Deja. We've got like 24 minutes left in this sprint. So I will probably read a little bit more Carrion Crow for this sprint until my husband gets home. And then I might start 5 tonight. I do want to start this one. That's pretty much all we have going on for the evening. We've got a puggy number 1 snorching away. 2 also snorching away. Double pugs, double pugs.
You don't wanna try. Thought your love was real, but it's never was. No, you can't decide. After all this time, is it for us? After all this time, is it for us? After all this time, is it for us? I really should've known. We were dynamite till we hit a red light. Then I see the side. Oh, after all that time, this is it for us. You don't wanna try. Thought your love was real, but it never was. No, you can't decide. After all this time.
It's Friday and I thought I'd give you a little update. We went shopping today for all the party supplies. My daughter's party is tomorrow, and we made 3 dozen cupcakes because the girls want to decorate them. So that's going to be a busy day tomorrow. And then Sunday, my son is having friend sleepover, so it's going to be her sleepover, then his sleepover. And then hopefully the birthday stuff will be done, other than my son having like a family thing on his actual birthday. Update you on Boys in the Valley. So turn of the century, before the 1900s, about a home for boys that is run by priests in the Catholic Church. This is a horror book about the boys and how one day a stranger comes and is acting strangely and then dies, and then weird things start happening around the school. The boys start changing, people start taking sides, some of the boys are killed, and there seems to be something nefarious going on, and the priests are also trying to cover it up. So yeah, so far I am liking this. I think that Fracassi did a good job of developing all the boys' characters and personalities, and you get a little bit invested in them, but not too invested, because it's a horror book. You don't want to get too invested. But I am liking it. I grew up Catholic, so anything that has some examination of Catholicism is a bit interesting to me. Anyways, so yeah, I am 55% of the way through that one. I think that one's probably going to be a 4. That is my guess at the moment. That's my prediction. What else? I'm 55% of the way through that. About 60 pages into 5. So this is a thriller, but it's a bunch of strangers at a train station, and by the time the train shows up, one of them will be dead, but we don't know which one, and we're slowly getting to know all 5 characters. Right now there's a chapter where it tells you the time and gives you a little about what's going on at the station, and then alternating chapters with one of each of the characters. So the chapter I read so far is about a mother and her son, and her mother says that she's a sociopath, and she has her son, and he has incredibly bad behavior issues. So you know, might also be a sociopath. Just her dealing with all that and how she became a mother and what her decisions were, and et cetera, et cetera. So I thought that chapter was really interesting. The chapter after that was back at the train station. So I think we'll be flip-flopping between the two. But I'm interested enough so far. It's a little meta, which sometimes doesn't work for me, and sometimes it does. It depends on how it's done. But so far, it's not bothering me. It's not too annoying. And this is just over 200 pages, I think. So that will help, because I'd like to get this done before Kayla's live show. Today was party prep day. Tomorrow I have 6 girls coming over at 3 o'clock for a party, pizza, cupcakes, hang out, and then some of them are going to sleep over. So I'll either have between 2 and 4 girls sleeping over, and then they'll sleep over. In the morning, I'll make them chocolate chip pancakes as per usual, and then they'll leave. I'll have a little bit of time to recover, not much. And then my son, I'm picking up my son's 2 friends, taking them to dinner for his birthday, and they are 15-year-old boys, so they eat a lot of food, and I just let them get whatever they want, and they usually get steaks and all that good stuff. So either I'll take them or my husband will take them. I mean, we could both take them if we want, but I want my son to just like hang out with his friends. But usually I take the boys out and I sit with them and I have a good time. They're good kids, and they chat a lot, and I like to listen to them. My son doesn't talk very much, just to me. They'll have dinner and dessert there, and they'll come back to the house. So then he'll have a sleepover with his friends. And then Monday, finally, once they're up, they will go. Maybe then on Monday we could rest a little bit. We shall see. I finished 5 last night. I actually really liked this one. I'm surprised how much I liked it. It's very much a character study on these 5 people that are at a train station. We know one of them is going to die by the time the train arrives. And it's a study of each one of those 5 people's lives and how some of them may or may not interconnect. And it's about how everyone we meet has a story, and how many strangers we pass by on a day-to-day basis that are struggling or just have a story in lives that we will never know anything about. And we're getting a look at these 5 strangers' lives and struggles. And yeah, I thought this was really nice. It had some sentimental things to say about life, but at the same time it wasn't like heavy-handed, because a lot of times sentimental stories I'm like, oh, okay, that was nice. But this one I actually liked a lot. There wasn't a whole lot of that, but there was just like a touch of that. It's like thrillery, because you don't know which of these characters is going to die, but at the same time it's like not the point of the story, right? So it's more literary fiction than it is a thriller, but at the same time it's some thrilling elements in it. And yeah, I thought all 5 of these characters' stories were interesting and intriguing, and I bought into it. I thought the character development was really well done. I thought the chapters that were at the train station were interesting and interestingly written. So I actually really ended up enjoying this one. I'm looking forward to Kayla's live show. Hopefully I'll be able to make it to that live, but I don't know, because we have a busy weekend. Really ended up liking this. I am also about 50% of the way through Carry On Crow for my Ready Set Net vlog. The double pug weekend continues. Also on sprints with Gavin for Gameathon. It's very hard to move when there's these girls around. Huh. Just so snuggly. But I really should get up and go for a run, because I didn't run yesterday. And if I run today before the girls get here, I am sure that that'll help with my brain. It is hot and humid and gross, but I'm doing it. Happy Sunday. I have finished Carry On Crow for my Ready Set Net vlog, so I will be submitting that for the readathon as well. And then I started One Yellow Eye. I'm only like 20 pages into it though. This is a zombie story about a woman who towards the end of the zombie outbreak, her husband gets bit, and instead of turning him into the government like she's supposed to be eliminated, she keeps him chained up, I think, and was hoping that eventually they'll be able to find a cure so that they can cure him before, you know, he has to be found out and be eliminated, or before he bites somebody or kills somebody. It's a grief horror about loss and change and sadness. I hope I enjoy it. This is for Allie's book club for the month of June. So hopefully I'll be able to finish this one before the end of the month. I have this one and Boys in the Valley still that I need to finish. Boys in the Valley, I'm almost all the way done. Let me grab it. Yeah, so I'm listening to Boys in the Valley primarily on audio on Hoopla. Primarily audio on Hoopla. I am 74% of the way through on chapter 43, and my prediction with this is it's going to be a lot bloodier than I thought it would be. A lot more children dying than I thought there would be. But I'm still liking it. I think at this point it's just going to be like a very solid classic horror, possession, religious book. And yeah, I think that the character development towards the beginning was done well, so you care a little bit about each of the boys. And yeah, so I should be able to finish this one by the end of the month. It's the 28th, and then hopefully also be able to finish this one, but we'll see. But since I'm only down to 2, it should happen. It's very chirpy with the birds today. But I just wanted to update you that on my run this morning, I did finish Boys in the Valley by Philip Ricassi, and I ended up giving it 4 stars. I do think that this one is very heavy on the religious horror, so if you don't like that, and this won't be for you, and religious horror as in like Exorcist, possession, Catholic horror stuff, not so much religion is bad, just when the horrors of religion, but it's definitely, you know, possession, exorcist-y type of horror. So if you don't like that, yeah, you won't like this one, but much more bloody than I thought, and kind of more brutal and sad than I thought it was going to be. But I thought it was a solid, classic-y feeling kind of horror. Reminded me of Stephen King, Children of the Corn, The Lord of the Flies a little bit. Midnight Mass was one of the comps. So just boys being brutal, possessed by evil, killing each other. That was the basics of this one, and I ended up giving it 4 stars. I would say it's a low 4 though, 3.75 maybe. So yeah, I enjoyed it, but I'm glad I don't own it because I don't feel like I would need to own this one. I have started One Yellow Eye, I think I said that, and I will be continuing reading that this afternoon, and I have today and tomorrow, and then that'll be it. That'll be a wrap on Tarot Readathon. And then we have a few days and then summer reading starts. We'll see how much I do for summer reading. I would like to daily vlog, but I don't think that's going to happen. I could daily vlog, but I don't think there's any way I could get a vlog up every day with the kids and everything around. Hannah's underneath me, huh, Hannah? It is beautiful out today, a little humid. It's hot in the sun, but I think it's going to get like up to 100 on Wednesday and Thursday. So I wanted to get out for a bit today and run today and tomorrow. All the crazy birthday celebrations are pretty much over. We have one more for my son on Sunday because that's his real birthday with the family. But other than that, we are done. Thank God. It's been busy. Monday night. I have about 100 pages left of One Yellow Eye, so I should be able to finish it by the end of the readathon tomorrow. And I am actually really liking this so far. I'm about 2/3 of the way through, and it's more sciencey than I thought it would be, as they're searching for a cure for this zombie virus, and the findings are interesting. I am taking everything with a grain of salt because I'm not a sciencey type person, so I'm sure there are things that aren't accurate or whatever, but it's in a world where there's a zombie virus, and I am finding it interesting, and I am invested in Liv and her story and her grieving and everything that she is dealing with. I think that with all the ruckus from her apartment, I am sure people would know what was going on in there or would be calling authorities, but I'm suspending my disbelief because I am enjoying the story enough to do that. It's like more of, you know, it's not as lit-ficky as I thought it was going to be, but it's not super like horror-y sci-fi either. So it's kind of a mix of the two. Oh, there's a funny part about how they talked about how actuaries are the most boring accountants, and I thought that was funny because my husband's an actuary. Yeah, I'm invested, and I'm sure that it's going to be a sad ending because I don't see how this could end any other way than sad. So that's, I'm not looking forward to that, but I'm happy to say that I am liking this one. Prediction right now is solid 4. I need to update you on One Yellow Eye. I finished this one. I'm going to end up giving it 4 stars. I do think you have to suspend your disbelief in this one quite a bit. Our main character is hired to try to find this cure, wherein she's also drinking a whole lot and looks a mess, not eating, her hair's greasy, like she's not taking care of herself. She's not in a good state of mind. I don't think she would have gotten hired. She has a friend who also got hired, so maybe that's how she got hired. You know, they wanted him and he said, hey, let's take her too. She can do the less strenuous stuff. I don't know. But yeah, so you have to suspend your disbelief, especially with the sciencey stuff. I'm not a sciencey person. Didn't bother me. I didn't care. But zombie locked in her apartment all this time. Yeah. Like how did she not get found out? But in the end, I really liked it. I really liked the exploration of grief, the exploration of like keeping someone alive past the point that they are suffering, and we're keeping them alive more for us than we are for them. There were some really beautiful lines in here, and I ended up really enjoying it, so I gave it 4 stars. But with that, I'm going to end the Tarot Readathon vlogs for the week, for the month. I hope you had a good Tarot Readathon. I ended up reading 21 books this month. All of them will be logged for Team Cups, lagging behind quite a bit. Let me see. For the Climb of Destiny, one of the challenges, Cups was in 2nd place as of yesterday. For the pages, we were in 2nd place as of yesterday. Well, about 9,000 pages behind Wands. Wands is killing it. And then Hero's Journey, we're 3rd. So doesn't look like we're gonna win, but it was a fun time participating. And thank you to Deja and Noel's Pages for introducing me and creating this readathon. And I hope you had a wonderful time. Please like, subscribe, comment down below if you wanna. Let me know how your readathon went if you participated, and I will see you next time.